for me to reduce it. And I like going to the stores this time of year and buying plants also, the ones that are almost dead.
Yes.
Trying to bring them back to life.
So you like kind of, the way I see you is giving life or breathing your life to another way of repurposing that original intent, right? Whether it's a plant, object, and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Is it a good way to say
That's
it?
exactly what it is.
So for me, the way, see, for some reason, I don't connect with the world the same way like everybody. So like I always feel like a square peg. I don't know whether it's because I have a different way of understanding this world. So interestingly, logic doesn't work for me. Like words, because my first way I understood this world is through depth, meaning like I came from a different source. So what I see means something else to me. So when they use a word, it confuses me. Does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I engage with the world with music or phonetics, the way they speak their facial expression and what it makes me feel. And eventually when I did meditation, finally this is the first year I found my song, which is like kind of I told you. What it meant to me was, for me, I connect with musical way, but when the music was played, what was the visual representation of that world was like, and I put it as a spatial recognition, like a 3D, and then that is what I pegged. That would involve plants, music, the way they speak, their facial expression. How did I feel? Was it a sweet memory or was it a stressful memory?
Music
So
is
it's like almost like a story embed in that situation, and for some reason plant works as an anchor for me. It's like the way you put a pin, the plant holds all that in one space. Does it make sense? Like the plant reflects light, it takes the wind, it uses the environment, but it anchors it for us. Same way. So why I'm bringing it up is I was going for I think, I forgot whether it's July 4th weekend to join my family in camping trip. That's the first time I understood how I process stress. Okay, for me, that weekend I had to catch up, and because I was not coming back that Monday after, and some of my patients we booked already to come in for Monday. So at the last minute, I had to write scripts for them, so because we forgot to tell them and they were already gone. It's tough to trace them back. So I said, okay, the whole Monday schedule, I'll write the scripts. And I ended up leaving here by 8. And our family is already camping out in New Hampshire, which is like 2.5 hours drive, okay? And I was so exhausted mentally. I didn't know there is something called mental exhaustion. It's so interesting. So I went to fill gas. And my husband wanted me to drive the family car, which is like bigger. It'll hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 passengers. Okay, so and the gas tank is on a different place than normal, right? Like my car has a different way of gas tank. So I am a creature of habit. So I don't think, I don't plan, and I do it. If I have to think, it overwhelms me. I just overdo it. So I pulled up near the gas tank, and some kids told me the gas tank, the way the picture is in there, will tell you where it is, like which direction, right or left. For some reason, logic doesn't work for me. Picture works, especially when I'm exhausted. So I'm looking at it, and it looked like it is on the passenger side, but it must be an old car because when I pulled it on the passenger side near the gas station, it was on the other side, even though it points this way.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's the older old
It
maybe
might
the
have been made
pictures.
in Europe or something.
No, but remember, nowadays a newer car, right?
Yeah.
If you have a gas tank inside the
shows it.
light,
Yeah.
and if in case the pipe comes the right side, your tank should be on the right side. Pipe is on the left side. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh no, I've always noticed a little arrow.
Oh, we
says
don't
fuel.
have arrow.
Fuel. It shows a little arrow on. the
Oh,
side.
yours is a different car. Mine is like a picture. So it will show like the pipe to be on one side. Then I know it is left.
Yeah.
So it had the pipe on the right side, but actually the tank is on the left. So I pulled up, and for some reason, I couldn't fathom it's on the other side. Spatial disorientation. That's the first time I understood how my stress affects me. It's by not able to comprehend how to map these images in my brain. Do you know how many times it took me to again drive and place it? 8 times. 8 times I drove around. Like all the kids were watching me. I was thinking I must be looking like Alzheimer's, like I was stunned. I was stunned because and now I understand why elderly get so frustrated, because they cannot express it, but they may have spatial disorientation, which never even occurred to me.
It's I can identify completely. It's because I get that way too. Like why? It's common sense out there.
Yes. And my husband gets so annoyed. He says, "Why are you acting like an idiot?" It's like, for him, it's logic.
Yeah.
And I cannot, and when I tell him it, he cannot even comprehend what I'm going through. And I am telling him, I'm trying. And he thinks I'm playing around, I'm missing his time. And, he gets overwhelmed. But I have to now pacify him, make him calm, do my work. I'm like, oh my God. Maybe that's why God puts us together. It's so funny. Yesterday also we had an argument. I told him, Keith, English is my third language. Remember that. And not only that, I'm working with my own challenges. This is the first time I got introduced to my brain, so to speak. I was surprised, and also I was thinking, that's so sweet. My brain saying, hello. It's like having a mental part, seriously.
That's funny.
But I loved it. Actually, that really woke me up to another way of seeing people. Because I think the plant sees this differently. That's why, I love the forest, the lost poem, which I shared with you guys. Because one of the thing is when a light reflects a certain way, you watch certain thing in the plant. Like when the wind moves, the light shines and the light goes up, and it feels like almost like light is brushing the whole tree. And I love that interplay of wind, water, light, and then the plant enjoying that, like the movement. So when I try to find the same spot when all those elements are not present, do you know how challenging it is? Because each plant is different. And when the light is not there at the same angle, it's hard to identify them. So I try to, in forest, when one space I found the exact spot, which was a little tree. It almost looks like the I think it's like iROC or some name they give. It's like a long, thin leaf in Cape. They have right near the shores they grow. It'll have a mango leaf like smell. You see those? There's a beautiful bark. That tree was there, and then maple was on one side, sugar maple, and then the other side was pine, and then a blueberry plant. This was the grouping I saw. And then a dead tree. And to refigure that grouping took me almost like 2 hours to find out. I couldn't figure out where exactly was this fun. The whole lake I went around kayaking again and
Oh
again
yeah,
and
trying to
again
find it.
to the campsite.
That's my favorite place to be is in the woods, in the
Yes.
forest.
But to peg it down, that spatial dimension of time, place, elements, and it's very hard.
Mm.
And I was surprised how birds find their home. See, birds find their home no matter what the weather
I
is.
know it. That's incredible.
Yeah, they must
It's
think
just like
differently.
any other domesticated a dog or a cat. You can drop them off
Yeah,
a
how do
100
they
miles
find?
away, and I've heard that they found their way home.
So I think they think differently. But like I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. But these are the quirky things that fascinates me. So it keeps me engaged forever. I can be in the garden forever, be lost.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's a
But
good thing.
people don't understand me. So, but like I live in my one of my friends said I I explain about you to my friends that you are very weird.
Yeah,
That's what he calls me. And then another person said, "You like I don't know. That's like their way of complimenting it.
yeah.
Because I'm like not their norm. They don't see me being normal.
Well,
They feel I'm like out there, tree hugger and stuff. But that's because everything fascinates me. It's
it
like
is fascinating, and I think that's my biggest problem is I miss doing what I did
yes,
more than anything else.
yeah. So I love it. I look forward to those days where it's just me and the nature because
Yeah,
it's so amazing. And I'll be driving by and suddenly out of blue, I would never noticed. Like one thing I noticed last month was when a sun shines at a certain angle, only the top part of the trees are lit, and the colors it picks up at that point, the fall colors is fascinating. And then the groups, the bonsai, what I noticed was, see, the bonsai forest, how it groups itself
yeah.
when, especially now when the leaves have fallen, you could see in nature the bonsai recreating it. Like you could see like how God is growing them groups together.
There's a bonsai forest.
No, I am doing it as a forest.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
oh,
my
oh.
bonsai forest because I'm trying to recreate nature. But
But is there a bonsai forest where
you
there's a
can,
lot of bonsais around? You can
yeah,
make one,
yeah,
but is
they
there one?
actually have a
Yeah.
class. They teach Bonsai West in Chelmsford. They
Oh
teach
yeah.
you. But when you look at nature from a bigger perspective, you could see these grouping of pine trees mimic exactly what we are doing indoor.
Yeah.
So, meaning like I am mimicking nature, it's the other way to say, but I never paid attention to it before until the leaves fall and you could see the sticks standing out and you could see exactly this style, which I'm trying to bring it up. This forest grouping,
Yeah.
the real, like, when we are driving by in highway, you can see these groupings now. That's only because I'm paying attention because of my class.
Yeah.
I would have never noticed it before.
Well, see, I do it for a living, so I'm always looking.
So if you specialize, because that's all I'm trying to specialize in, bonsai forest, this grouping, and you can create the whole thing how nature does in miniature.
Well, it's interesting because that's something I already know how to. I can turn anything into a bonsai.
Yeah, the bonsai single is different field. Grouping is it's a different structure. And the guy who taught me, he said there are three things in forestry you need to understand. One is if it's an even number, it's nurturing relationship, mother-daughter relationship. So one would always be taller than the other. So when you group it that way, nature kind of understands one needs to take care of another, or one bullies another. Whereas when you do it odd numbers, it creates beauty. So you group either three 5, 7, 11, like that. Like so, you come up with like certain numbers. So when you do grouping, again, you need to group it in such a way when you split in the middle, one cannot be even, one cannot be odd. So both groups have to have odd numbers. So it's like very interesting, right? Like I was like 7 plus 3, like so you would do it like that rather than splitting it even. You don't want to be 4 plus 3. So you need to group it in such a way together also you get the odd number. And then forest bonsai takes 3 years. First is sleep cycle, creep cycle, and then leaf cycle. So you need minimum 3 years to create your forest bonsai. Amazing, amazing. Like it's like tweaking. This is my second year. And that's why, you could see new growth.
Yeah.
The first year was very, very difficult because, you need to really nurture them. It looks like nothing is going on.
Right.
So, it's very, very fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating.
Well, it's a nice